Hey, Jake's back and he's got his own show. He's on the mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning, Bakers. What is going on? And welcome to Wake and Jake. Excited to see you guys and gals on a huge sports weekend, Championship Sunday, as we learned last week, although it has changed since 1983, the one time they did a Championship Saturday. Championship Sunday, and we had it all along. Bengals, Rams. Me and BBD both predicted that. From week 7 on, we really liked.
Once we saw a little bit of what they were doing.
Once we saw the tape in week 7, we knew what was coming. No, we did not. And I think as we've been doing, I think we got a cron pod to get through it. We will talk about the games yesterday, maybe some early Super Bowl teasers as we lead up to hopefully some good baseball gossip, talking baseball coming up later, and there's been progress.
There's been certainly not deliberate lack of progress, which is progress.
Every tweet has like 2.5 good words in it about their discussions.
They didn't get specifically further apart.
Right. Which we thought would, going back to the COVID negotiations, that was literally every update. That things are worse than ever. But football still wins. And yes, there's a lot of comments in the chat right now. Josh, my guy. Yes, I still have the goatee going. You can barely see. Basically, it looks like there's dirt on the side of my lips. So, yeah, I'm still goatee Jake for now. We're going to keep riding it out. Jess has threatened to shave me during the night. So I go to sleep scared. And, there are some comments. I do have, like, a Manning brother outfit on today. I kind of look like a weird cousin that Peyton doesn't talk to, but Eli likes. So that's the vibe. That's the energy for today. Let's talk football. Let's talk Cron Pod, because that's what we do. Championship Sunday, the first game, me and BBD's Bengals facing the Chiefs. And, man, like, I owe some Bengals fans some apologies, I think. I've been tough on them. I kind of wanted my Raiders to take them down because they were my upset team. I picked the Titans, half bullied by some Titans super fans. And here they were facing the Chiefs in Kansas City, and they go down 7-0. 7-3. Money McPherson. 14-play drive. So, hey, you're on the board, but they were looking for a touchdown there. 14-3. Kelsey from Mahomes. It was Mahomes' longest, how'd they phrase it? Longest time holding the ball before he passed. He did a crazy Mahomes scramble in a way that only he does it, because it doesn't feel freakishly athletic, but in a way it is. He just kind of looks like a kid smashing the spin button, but it works. And then it is 21-3. Mecole Hardman. Tony Romo is shooting his wad after Mahomes makes kind of a normal throw to the front pylon. It's 21-3. Bengals answer. P. Ryan. Wow. Former Sooner great. He takes a nice little pass, 41 yards. Good run for him. He's a thick boy. I like him. Although Mixon does a lot of the dirty work. 21-10. And then, where people feel the momentum started to shift, those Chiefs There's always too much time on the clock, right? Minute 05 on the clock. They start driving. Mahomes to Tyreek. Quick 33. Just too easy. Kelsey for 9. Pringle. Awaken Jake favorite. And then, instead of taking the field goal, they are down to the 1-yard line. And the clock runs out on them. Eli Apple. Giants legend. See the pain on BBD's face when I say it. Eli Big Apple makes a big tackle. Almost a rhyme. Bengals save whatever momentum they can heading into the half, keeping the game at 21-10. They stop them. First drive. Bengals stop the Chiefs. Chiefs were getting the ball. Really, we had a couple opportunities for daggers for each losing team this weekend. Like, if Kansas City scored a touchdown there and then they got the ball for the opening drive, that would have been it. That's it. That's all. Instead, Chiefs offense shut down. Bengals defense. They were dropping everyone in coverage, and the D-line was still doing enough. And speaking of doing enough, Joe Burrow. It's just, he's that dude. He's Joe Cool. It's all of it. And that's where Bengals fans, if you want to drink some tears on people, I mean, enjoy and go do it. Your team's going to the Super Bowl. And I know, again, I haven't been the biggest Bengal lover. Ooh. Sounds like some weird Tiger King spinoff. They did it. And Joe Burrow, literally Joe Cool, in overtime, they get the Money McPherson field goal. He doesn't miss. They would have scored a touchdown on that drive if they needed it. They were just destroying Kansas City. They got the interception from Mahomes in overtime after they won the toss, and everyone's thinking about getting their tweets off about, are the Chiefs really, this Chiefs team that is superior talent to pretty much any team in the league, are they about to go to the Super Bowl after 2 overtimes where they won a corn toss? Did he say corn toss? It doesn't matter. Joe Burrow, man, he's a legend. He's a legend. In the fourth quarter, that one drive, he had 2 third downs where he just escaped, which when you think Joe Burrow, you don't think like that. But, man, he really did. I think at one point they showed some high school Joe Burrow highlights to show how athletic it is. That always helps. Here's an NFL athlete beating up on regular people. I don't need to see him play in the NFL. Now I know he's athletic. Joe Burrow, 23 for 38, 250, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, only 1 sack. Bengals O-line deserves a little love. I know Joe Burrow escaped a couple times, big time, but this is coming off a game he got sacked 9 times. So kudos to Burrow and the O-line. And I guess we have given Bengals love, BBD. I've given Bro of the Night to Zach Taylor.
Jamar Chase is a couple, bros.
Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. So we like Los Bengals. I just thought the Bengals, I thought the Chiefs, this was their year again. And I think they did when they were up 21-3. And they kind of had the off switch. And that's, on-off switches don't really work in sports. I think your only example is NBA. And is that really an example? Like, the Nets kind of turned it on in the playoffs, but they got hurt. So it's kind of unfair example.
And I guess basketball, because one player can kind of just completely take over, it does work. Or it works more often than any other sport. But yeah, the other sports, you kind of can't do that. This Chiefs team was the closest we saw to it.
So let's see. Bucks won last year. And, I mean, they were kind of on all year.
Yeah, I mean, they felt like a max effort team, if that's a
Lakers
news.
bubble year feels like a little bit of an, I don't want to say an outlier, but it's a weird year. Anyways, LeBron. I mean, those Golden State Warrior teams, I guess
Those Warriors.
my point is maybe the Nets go on and do it this year, but what true examples in sports do we have of teams like hitting the go switch? Like they weren't on and then they were. Like, can you even say that about the Braves this year? No, not really. Like they were.
Like that's just a team being bad and then figuring it out.
Because they were low-key good the second half of the year. They had like the best offense in the National League and they have some pitching. Like the Nationals, the year they won, they were good throughout. They were just not the best team in their division.
Well, they were 19-31 or whatever it was, but even then, I don't think that's them like turning it on or
Right, because I mean the other
that's
caveat.
them. They were just bad for the first 2 months.
I think the other caveat with that is that from that stretch, I think the Nationals had like the best record in baseball after the 19-31. So you're still saying like that team was the best team in baseball for 5 months.
Yes, they turned it
4
on,
months.
but I think the turn it on phrase is like meant for a team that like you knew was underachieving and kind of taking it easy because they knew they could do that. That's not what the Nationals were doing.
Like
they just got off to a really bad start.
The example would be, I think, the Brooklyn Nets currently. If, they've had guys, originally they had guys sit on different nights for health reasons. Now Kyrie's not involved. KD's been hurt. Like, I think, didn't they only play like 11 games together last year before the playoffs? But they were still so good that they were nasty.
They were KD's toes away from making it.
So, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's something to put in your sports bank a little bit because I've been all over the Chiefs. I thought they've been the most talented teams. We've compared the Warriors to a couple different teams on this show. Man, the Chiefs just had that off switch all year, and it showed up at the worst time here. And kudos to the Bengals. I mean, how many teams would have caved being down 21-3 to Mahomes and Kansas City in Kansas City? They're full tilt. Sure, I do think like Kansas City, if they score before the half, even the field goal, how different does this game look? So, yeah, in a way, they blew it. I think, I saw some debates. What was the worst loss? Was the Buffalo, their loss to the Chiefs compared to the Chiefs' loss to the Bengals? I think if you're the Chiefs, it hurts because, you would have went to the Super Bowl, but you have Patty. This year never felt right.
They've gotten one already.
Yeah, like it's already in the bag, and I just think...
Like there's a chance. I mean, the Bills, especially in the weeks after, which maybe we'll discuss, they've lost a lot of key members of organizational leadership.
Right, and you wonder what it's going to look like.
Will they be able to get back together? How many times do you see sports where it's like, oh, this was actually the closest we got?
Like if you have Andy Reid and Bieniemy and Mahomes, like they still have their core there. But yeah, I mean that's a bad one. That's an all-time bad one. Luckily, we didn't have a lot of all-time bad ones yesterday with the DraftKings Sportsbook because we live streamed the next game. I'm sure I saw a lot of you in the chat there for us live streaming last night in the DraftKings Lounge. We'll circle up on some more Bengals Chiefs stuff after. Oh, I mean, more so we'll start getting into the Super Bowl after we talk about the game we watched last night. We gave it a bunch of winners, won $85 with the DraftKings Sportsbook. And by the way, they are still giving you 56-1 odds on either team going into the Super Bowl. So if you bet $5 and you know who's going to win, your Bengals person, I would bet them. Your Rams person, I would bet them. $5 to get you $280 in free bets. It's live in New York. That's how we were doing it yesterday. Trying to think what was the most fun one that hit. I guess Jimmy's was good when he bet Debo to score the next touchdown. The chat kind of joined him. Chat joined him or made him pick that, and it won.
He joined them.
He joined them at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY. Get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code JOMBOY at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. Wow, those are some big rights to be able to say that. 21 plus. Minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full list of requirements and state-specific responsible gaming resources. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. In Connecticut, shout out, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. All right, so we watched the first game. A little behind the scenes. We're setting up for the live stream, so we were in and out of that third quarter a little bit, then we're dialed for the fourth quarter of Bengals Chiefs. Pretty wild. Mahomes, he almost fumbled it away at the end. Like, we forget about that. What was he doing there? Just looking for anything. Go Bengals, go Bengals, go. Which led us into the second game of the day. Cron Pod. San Francisco 49ers versus the L.A. Rams. Trevor Plouffe. L.A. Rams, as people are starting to call them, I think. We're shut out through the first quarter and a half. And you're like, all right, third time these teams are playing each other. Really good defenses on both sides. This is looking like it just might be an ugly, stale game until 18 plays, 97 yards. Is this drive getting enough love? The first scoring drive for the Rams, 18 plays, 97 yards. It ends with a 16-yard pass. Matty Stafford to Cooper Kupp. Man, one of my goals in this game was hoping Cooper Kupp and Debo balled out. I think we talked about that last step. And they both sure did. Your next touchdown, the chat and Jimmy did it. Debo. 44 yards. The guy is just a monster. Guy is a monster. So now we are really flowing. We went scoreless for through the first quarter and a half. Kupp scores with 8:46 to go in the second. Debo with 6:10 to go. It's 7-7. It ends the half 10-7 49ers. Robbie Gould. Trash talking Robbie Gould. Kicking in front of your team, Robbie Gould makes it 10-7. We posted the clip of that. It's kind of ridiculous to watch. Don't see a lot of kickers do that, and apparently he's been doing that like every game. So Robbie Gould either has swag or gives his teammates a bad time. Anyways, third quarter. George Kittle, there he is. San Francisco, 17-7. Going into the fourth quarter, the Niners had a 10-point lead. McVay's never beaten Shanahan. I think this is kind of how it had to go down. Like, the Rams had to overcome their demons, and they did again with another Cooper Kupp touchdown pass from Matt Stafford. 2-touchdown day for him. Field makes it 17 plus. It felt like it was too easy. Again, the Niners, a 10-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. I know we're all getting caught up in the Chiefs blowing it, and it was at home. I get that. They, very much apples and oranges, but man. And then the Matt Stafford, my goodness. The Matt Stafford incomplete pass that went through our guy Jaquiski Tartt's hands. I mean, that was ridiculous. It essentially could have been the end of the game again. And that's what if you are a fan of the 49ers, I think you're reliving that Jaquiski Tart missed interception. If you're a fan of the Chiefs, you got a couple moments you can relive. I mean, driving to end the game, driving to end the half. The Rams, McVay, and their star power, they kick the field goal to go up 20-17. Does Jimmy G have any magic in that beautiful body? He didn't. They go 3 and out. He has kind of the ugliest flip interception you can have. Rams run out the clock, 20-17 final. The Rams, McVay, going all in, trading for Von Miller, getting Odell, who, by the way, I know we keep saying it, Odell Beckham was huge in this game, 9 for 113. Kupp was 11 for $142. God, he's a sick puppy. And Kendall Blanton, our guy, went 5 for 57. He was getting a lot of love in the DraftKings chat last night. Happy for Matthew Stafford, literally friendly with our guy Trev now because they live in the same neighborhood, so that's really cool. Jimmy G, you wonder what happens next. He's got to be gone. They drafted Trey Lance. He's clearly the weak spot on this team. If you're the Niners, you're also regretting, if you remember, they had a 3rd and I think it was a 3rd and 2, heading into Rams territory, and they did a fullback dive with Juszczyk that just got blown up. They were still up then. There's obviously a lot of little things that go into each football game, and we've seen it the last 5 football games. Oh, I guess this stat's kind of wrong. I guess the last 5 football games have been decided in the last minute or something like that. There's another way you can phrase it that makes it sound better than that. I thought it was walk-off wins, but the Rams kneeled off the clock, so I don't know. Good on the Rams. They're stars, man. Eric Weddle came out of retirement and is playing safety. What just made you giggle over there, BBD?
Good Talking Giants tweet.
Okay.
Brian Dable has 6 kids he loves to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
We're explicit now.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, kids. Ask your parents about that. Dude, Weddle's blowing my mind. He's 37 years old.
Hasn't he been out more than a year? Did he play last season?
Let's get some Eric Weddle stats on the show. That's what everyone wants.
2019.
Yeah.
So.
No, I was shocked because I'd seen Weddle playing safety for the Rams, and I thought it was kind of funny that there was another white safety named Weddle and no one ever talked about Eric Weddle. And that's because it was him. It was live.
So he's 37 now.
Yeah.
When he, at least by Pro Football Reference, I'm assuming that's opening day age, so at least one birth. But he's 34 the last time he played.
Pretty crazy. Had 69 tackles this year, BBD. Solo tackles.
That year.
In 2019. Yes, excuse me.
It's a nice season.
Truly is, isn't it? Yeah. Eric Weddle was really good. And he apparently is still good enough to play for the Rams. Man, they are kind of a crazy version of a Madden team. This whole Super Bowl kind of feels like a Madden game. Bengals versus Ram. Burrow, Stafford. It felt like we were going to get at least one of the main stocking stuffers this year. We were going to get Mahomes. We were going to get Rodgers. No. Kind of the new hierarchy. QB rankings coming soon.
Probably either Thursday or a week from today.
Yeah, I think maybe a week because I think they're in Alabama.
Oh yeah, get them.
Or we get Rose on. We'll figure it out for you guys.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Matt Stafford, Kupp, and Odell feels like a video game. On defense, Weddle, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey. That feels like a video game. So, we've got the video game Rams against the legend of Joe Burrow. I think that's pretty much what it breaks down to. Jamar Chase, love him. Awesome. T. Higgins, getting it done. Pro Football Focus rankings, T. Higgins. Mixon, pretty sure Mixon's a bad guy, so it's kind of tough to root.
Well, also, like, that was like while he was in college, and I haven't heard anything since. But also, like, it still happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea. Like, nobody's mentioned it.
It's in 2014.
Good player.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. The legend of Joe Burrow versus the Madden Rams and McVay. Early favorites. I think the Rams are like 3.5-point favorites, something like that. McVay, it's going to be fun. People diving into that Super Bowl where the Patriots just like dominated him. That's had to keep him up for some sleepless nights. And then this just like Bengals magical run, and will it continue? And Zach Taylor, who are you, dude? 38 years old. Norman, Oklahoma, coaching the Super Bowl. How old's McVay? Sean McVay's 36. Is this the youngest Super Bowl coach matchup ever?
I assume.
Is it nice when you ask questions and you raise your voice like this at the end?
McVay's still only 36, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, dude, Sean McVay.
He was like 32 when he got hired.
Sean McVay should be an NFL coach for the next, like, 30 years. Makes you think.
Seems like it's going to happen. Dayton, Ohio, born.
Now I'm on him and his fiance's social media. I'll get off of that. Young coaches, each QB looking to either, I mean, if Joe Burrow wins this, I know all the fun facts are going out. No QB has won the Heisman, national title, and Super Bowl. He can do that in a 3-year span. Both of these young coaches can set themselves up for the rest of their lives. Super Bowl winner, Matty Stafford. This is like, people are saying this game could get him into the Hall of Fame, or the game that just happened. They're saying, like, if you look at Matt Stafford's stats, you do have to consider the NFL has changed significantly, but he has like a Super Bowl or Hall of Fame resume, especially if he wins a Super Bowl.
Like, that was kind of all he was missing, was a deep playoff run and a couple tack-on years.
Did you see the picture? I think the Lions posted it. It was of Matt Stafford on the Lions hugging Matt Stafford on the Rams.
I saw us post that, and I didn't know that came from...
Maybe it didn't. I assumed it came from the Lions because I don't know who else would post that. I don't really get it.
Same guy.
Same guy. Lions.
There were saw one tweet that was Matty Staff's playing in this. Eminem's performing at halftime. Closest Detroit's getting to a Super Bowl.
Detroit. Where's Jimmy G play next year?
Stick with Jones a year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about to lag. Now we're good.
I don't know. I guess Tampa. Ryan Sheedy in the chat. Just follows Brady.
Imagine.
Steelers, he's too pretty. Way too pretty for Pittsburgh.
He's like gonna get a starting job, I think, though, right? Especially Nick No.
I don't
No
know.
big-time rookie expected to be there next year. And the Niners, from a roster construction standpoint, you drafted Trey Lance. You have to see what he is while he's cheap. That opens up money to do stuff.
Washington football team?
Mm.
Like, that feels like it's legit.
That.
Houston, nobody knows what's going on down there.
It's Minnesota done with Kirk.
I mean, Cardinals, no. Ooh, here's kind of a fun one. What about the Carolina Panthers?
Ooh.
I guess they kind of like Darnold still.
I think he got hurt at one point this year, right? They can probably justify trying that again unless they draft someone.
Yeah, I don't know. I see Washington football team. I guess you can say Steelers, and that's not a ridiculous fit.
Yeah.
Solid defense, Tomlin. Yeah. I don't know.
At least for next year.
Daniel in the chat would love Jimmy G in Carolina. Look at that.
All right. Done.
Problem solved. Just found him a home.
Washington, that felt right in my brain.
I mean, that defense was supposed to be really good this year, and they stunk. Going big eyes. Super Bowl is set. Do you have a pick yet, BBD?
And we'll save that for next Thursday.
Got to keep the people coming back. Last day of January. Wow. 1 down, 11 to go. Ain't that it?
Wow.
Trying to see what else I've got. Chiefs? I don't know. It goes back to the Mahomes thing. I guess his big contract kicks in next year. So for any of our NFL salary cap gurus, you're not welcome here. No, that was harsh. You guys are welcome here. No, I mean, we'll just see. We're in this weird spot with Mahomes where he was up 21-3. And sure, the offense shut down. Like, the offensive stats for the second half are terrible. But, you're still a strip sack or an interception, which, by the way, that one linebacker for Kansas City, he dropped 2 in his arms. Like, you're still another play away here from the Chiefs going again and being like, okay, the Chiefs just go to the Super Bowl. This is what's next. So I'm obviously writing off Kansas City isn't the right word. But as we talk NFL quarterbacks, Baltimore Ravens, they have Lamar. They're expected to be good. Have a chance to be good any year. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. They have a chance to be good any year. Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. They're going to the dance. They got a chance to win the Super Bowl in 2 weekends. Browns, Broncos, nope. Texans, nope. Colts for Jimmy G? I guess they like Wentz.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting, what order do you put guys in?
That's almost like telling Carson Wentz, you suck.
Yeah.
Like, we think Jimmy G has a chance to be better than you.
Yeah.
Jags, no.
Yeah, that Tannehill, Wentz, Jimmy G, probably somebody else. Kirk in there. He's probably a step ahead.
I guess the point...
That'll be an interesting part of the list.
In the AFC, the Chiefs and Mahomes, I think they're going to be there pretty much every year, but they're going to have to go through a road every time. I mean, the Bills are literally a mafia that hates them. Ravens give you a game any year. Bengals starting something. Chargers and my guy Herbert, will they ever put it together? I mean, the AFC is going to be tough, and they can very well be in a couple years being like, damn, they really could have had that one.
It was once, like, I was thinking about it more once Brady went out. The Bucs were eliminated and all that, and the Chiefs were kind of on paper clearly the best team left and best quarterback left and all that. And like yesterday, I realized Mahomes is like 26 now, which is still obviously very young, but it would have been nice to get his second in the bag for future conversations.
Well, I guess
this year seemed like an opportunity to.
I guess that's if you really live in that world on Twitter, I think Mahomes could have got his second either before Brady or at the same age as Brady. So people always want to do that game. Who, by the way, retired? Tom Brady retired? That's our last update, right?
Yeah, I mean,
ESPN on Sunday was treating it as Tom Brady
they
officially
reported
retired.
he was done.
But didn't his agent come out and say he's not retired?
Yeah, he hasn't talked to the Bucks about it. He hasn't, and I think his agent said they're not close to a decision. And it's very weird. And I think certainly if he was on the fence, it feels like now he would do another season out of spite. That's a very Tom Brady thing to do. And in my head, you don't talk about wanting to play till 45 for as long as he's been talking about wanting to play till 45 just to probably win MVP at 44 and bounce. He signed a 2-year deal last year, extended with the Bucks.
Yeah, I don't know. The Brady thing kind of doesn't pass the sniff test as of now. And people are saying maybe he's going to do retirement NFT stuff because he's in that game now.
Yeah.
I am too, Tom. Ready to talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. He was just so good this year, and we have a weird thing with athletes that they rarely get the chance to go out on top because age doesn't work like that. At the same time, I mean, it's Tom. It's Giselle, 3 kids. Can do whatever he wants and not get beat up. I might put Tom Brady in my category. I've told the Bakers this before, hey, if we can start doing athletes doing the Roger Clemens, what if the Titans next year are 9-2 again and Tom Brady's I'm in. Let's do it. That'd be pretty fucking exciting. Just as a sports fan. Big Ben does the same. Let's get more old athletes tapping in at midseason.
And Brady got to kind of try that a couple years ago with the suspension.
Right. By the way, and I know my guy Ryan Sheedy in the chat, big Patriots guy, where did everything land with Deflategate? Was it kind of nothing?
At least I think it's just not that. I'm curious what he'll say. I was watching I told you I watched the Brady doc. And
right.
And one of the episodes, they do the Super Bowl and all that year. And so it's a big part of it.
He's
just kind of and then, I finished the suspension and it was over.
End of the day, they were deflating the balls just a little bit.
Yeah, have we landed on, they actively did something wrong? That's we all agree there.
Even if he was,
it doesn't change anything for me about him.
Yeah, because they kept rolling that commercial or the Tom Brady thing where after that they were they asked him, they said, is Tom Brady a cheater? And he's like, I don't think so. So that's huge news. Yeah, I don't know. Give me it's just weird. I think we all have a decent right to be mad at Schefter and the beat reporters.
Especially one like this.
Because, dude, Tom Brady, man. Dude, we were flipping channels. The local news came on, and, Tom Brady retires. He is such a big part of, Americana that if he did have a retirement thing lined up, I just don't like where we landed with it.
He seems like the type of guy that would want to be able to break that news himself and fully do the thing.
And we just didn't get the full juice out of it because there's an hour or 2 hours where it was Tom Brady's retired, and then the counter came out from his agent and the GM.
it happened just long enough for all those tweets to be out there and people to get their graphics out and little tribute videos. But right after that window, it gets kind of shut down. It's very.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that is all about. But if so, congrats, Tom. If not, come back at the start of the season, come back mid-season. Do whatever you want. Screw it. 9-2 Titans, Tom Brady, just saying. What else is in there? Niners finally lose to the Rams 6 straight. That storyline. That is gone now. Good for McVay. Tough for Shanahan. Again, a game that he kind of had won. And I guess that was the other thing. They were posting all the Shanahan, we were laughing on the live stream, all the Shanahan reporter clippings that were like, Shanahan's holding the Niners back. He's doing a disservice to the organization. Here they are in the championship game, and Jimmy G seems to have the giant X on his back. So good turnaround for Shanahan, tough for Jimmy G. Because it would have been a really fun conversation if they even went to the Super Bowl with Jim G. It kind of would have been tough to move on. I think they kind of landed in an okay place with it. Where's Jimmy G going to go?
The chat's been going about Deflategate if we want to circle back. But
yeah, I see some of the conversation. Man, still gets people riled up a little bit.
yeah. And that Colts game specifically, if I remember right, as they're saying, like, yeah, I think it was a big LeGarrette Blount game and they won in such a blowout. Like, that game, it didn't matter. But it's also like they had Spygate and all the other stuff. And Nettleman, I think, that year had a PED suspension. They just didn't have the benefit of the doubt. So
I mean, the Patriots.
But also they were great separate from that.
They push the boundaries on everything they do. I think a lot of good teams do. And
yeah. I think since then we've certainly learned that. And I guess those were happening same time.
So this would have been Jimmy G's second Super Bowl. Whew.
As, like, the starter, let alone the ones he has, like, as a New England backup. He's at least one there.
Man, I hope he lands. I hope he lands with a good team. Because it would be funny if Jimmy G was just kind of the, like, I do kind of win. This does work.
Like, yeah, you need the team around.
Like, I know
need the team around anybody.
I know I'm not the other guys, but I'm okay. Because, yeah, I mean, Jimmy G was getting killed yesterday.
That last play.
Maybe it is. Last play is bad.
Tough way to go out. When everyone's been saying Bobby specifically, but everyone, the sentiment is they have a Jimmy G problem. Ends like that and everything. They have the young guy.
Dude, Jaquiski Tart catches that ball. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I need to kind of change my NFL mindset because I feel like I've watched pretty much every game in this playoffs, and I've genuinely thought both teams could win, but you have to give credit to the team that won and did it. So, like, Bengals deserve all the love. They came back from 21-3 against the Chiefs. In the back of my head, I keep telling myself, like, Chiefs blew that. They could have won that super easily. Niners, 10-point lead heading into the fourth. I mean, going back last week, Bengals-Titans, the Tannehill interception. A couple of their play calls on 3rd and 4th down were atrocious. The Niners, they could have not been in this game if not for the Packers special team, which I do want to give. I turned on ESPN's Sunday NFL Countdown for the first time in a long time. And luckily, they were breaking down the Packers special team. I think it was Brewski, and it was beautifully done. So credit to them. Their center would just get lit up all year, and they never made a change. Their long snapper. And they showed like 4 different plays that look exactly like the blocked punt, but the other 3 weren't blocked. And then the one against the Packers or against the Niners, excuse me. Rams Bucks last weekend. Think about the guy we just talked about retiring. They came back and tied it from being down 27-3, and then the Chiefs Bills game, which lives in like NFL lore. So I don't know. I mean, I think the NFL's in a great place. The scoring is intense. These Bengals, remember our guy Derek Carr had 3 / could have had 4 shots at the end zone to tie that game. And then what are we talking about? I mean, there's been 4 dominant games this whole playoffs. The Bills rolled the Patriots. The Bucks rolled the Eagles. The Chiefs rolled the Steelers. And then the Rams beat up on the Cardinals pretty good. I mean, since then, every game's been a coin flip. So, hey, I guess credit to the NFL. Credit to good coaching, to making sure your players are always dialed in the right spot. But literally, this league, man, is just so tight right now. Oh, Ryan Sheedy saying, could Jimmy G be a fit for my Broncos? He could. He could go toe-to-toe with Mahomes and Herbert. There's 4 games. Jimmy G. Handsome doppelganger Jimmy. All right, that's the football. Let's be honest. Good championship Sunday. Bengals. Hear it in my voice. Good for them. Really good for them, man. Preseason preview, we kind of barely met. We hoped the Bengals were fun. They are more than that. And again, I've said it on here before. Legend of Joe Burrow. Look at LSU. They won the Natty. Orgeron's already out. Since winning the national title, LSU has been in like a spiral. And there's some weird Coach O stuff tied to that, sure. But Joe Burrow looks like an absolute superhero right now. LSU and now the Cincinnati Bengals. 33 years. Like, Joe Burrow. I think I might have to take back some of my Herbert stuff I've said about him. Joe Burrow. They're going to the Super Bowl. They have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
About 50-50.
Wow. Party it up. Enjoy it. Cincinnati and Bakers. I've been enjoying you guys. We're up to 495 subs. Super Bowl, 5K. Hello. Skin. And the listens have been good. The sports have been really good lately. Shout out to the football. I guess everything I said. And I ask you guys to bake the algorithm. Subscribe. If you know someone who listens and isn't subbed, get them subbed. We're about to cross a milestone. And I ask you guys to leave a comment. Hit the like button. Bake that algorithm. Make YouTube love us. Because they do. We do. Tom commented and said, every ep, I imagine Trevor Plouffe singing the intro song. And that's pretty good at its roots. Matthew Nauer said, back-to-back explicit tags, and we have a hungover/sick BBD? People were worried. How are you? Your full voice is back.
I can still feel everything, but it is normal sounding again, so that's nice. Big for me. It's a pretty good day for me.
Let's see. Ryan Deacon said, could be either a great or awful weekend for me since my two favorite teams are the Chiefs and whoever's playing against the Rams. So Ryan Deacon likes the Chiefs and hates the Rams. So, yeah, you had a nightmare weekend. Chiefs lost, Rams won. I'm sorry, Ryan. Sorry to air you out like that. Damn. Tough sports weekend. Glad you're bouncing back with us, Deeks. Do people call you Deeks? They should. BBD, that brings us to the bro of the night. The bro of the night is someone who sticks out. Should keep it in the NFL world, right? And it's just tough because we just talked about all of those guys. You know what? And I think he's gotten bro of the nights before. But I really want to hammer it home again and again and again if you don't get it yet. Cooper Kupp. As much as I love Debo, I've been hammering the Debo thing all year. I think Cooper Kupp, if you include playoffs, he's about to be the most yardage by a player in a season ever. I think he might already be there. Debo is also right there. He's 28 years old. He went to Eastern Washington. There's all the Cooper Kupp stories are leaking out now because everyone, like Jimmy said it during the live stream yesterday, basically dropped a who is this guy? Because at its core, like, who is this guy? He's 28 out of Washington named Cooper Kupp. And, yeah, there's a story. His wife was working for them so he could pursue their football dream. And now the dude just had, like, one of the best wide receiver scenes ever. He's a huge reason this team is going to the Super Bowl. I mentioned all the stars. I mean, Stafford, Odell, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. Eric Weddle is apparently out of retirement. This team is not in the Super Bowl. This team is like, they might not be a playoff team without Cooper Kupp. And they're going to the big dance. I mean, this dude deserves more love. Let's check the Twitter followings. 99.2K followers on Twitter. I'm going to give the follow. Cooper Kupp, you just earned the follow. So, electric, 2-touchdown game. 2-touchdown game. BBD?
You know what pick he was in the draft, Cooper Kupp?
420.
69.
Ah!
You got it.
Damn it.
I'll go to the other game. There's a lot of chatter about a Burrow of the night. Not where I'm going. He's gotten a few. We earlier this show shouted out Jamar Chase. And we shouted out T. Higgins, and he's who I'm giving it to because he has another 100-yard day. And there's elements of receiver cores that help each other out because if you need to guard one guy, someone's going to be in single coverage or whatever. But and T. Higgins just all year basically, been turning in good performances. I don't know where the stats landed, but he had some big games in the regular season. Another big one yesterday. I like him.
By the way, T. Higgins, 23 years old. Jamar Chase is 21 years old. What? They let you play pro football at 21? God. Yeah, they're good. Higgins.
T. Higgins, like 2 weeks ago, turned 23.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, the old man, at 25. T. Higgins, he was going over the middle a lot in that game. They lost Uzomah their big tight end, who'd been like a big part of the team in the playoff run the past couple games. And yeah, that kind of felt really sad. Like it was the Bengals are down big, and Uzuma just got hurt. No, man, they dug deep. Down twice against Kansas City this year. They came back. I mean, Joe Burrow is a living bro of the night. Like, it's almost rude to give him one because he just lives it.
It's similar vibes to Walker Buehler having the most best friends of the week last year.
Yeah.
He's the one guy who I would bet the world doesn't care about getting best friend of the week.
And can we talk about, I know it's getting love on the internet, but Joe Burrow showing up in these outfits and then just beating the best teams in the NFL. And by the way, I say this every week, Cincinnati, and I don't want it to be shots fired between us. The fact he loves Cincinnati is incredible. It's like the biggest win. Is Joe Burrow the biggest win Cincinnati's ever had as a city?
70s Reds teams are pretty good.
They were good. They were good. I don't know. I think it's a discussion.
And the effect,
Pete
the
Rose?
effect a quarterback can have on everything else.
Yeah. Like, if he stays there for 10 years, Joe Burrow can change Cincinnati economics. And that's why I've been wearing this outfit all day today. I got to get me some Joe Burrow swag. That might be on the to-do list tomorrow for Wednesday. Everyone, Super Bowl is set. BBD, I know you had the NFL coaches on there. We might have to catch up another time, and we should be getting more news.
Yeah, it should have been a Brady.
There's an odd amount of NFL coaching jobs still open.
I was shocked that I got like Jags are interviewing the Raiders guy. That alert came this morning. I was like, what?
Dude, they posted it because
job's still open.
Josh McDaniels got hired by the Raiders.
Yes, he got that job.
And they showed how many jobs were still open, and it was like mind blowing. There's like 5 or 6 NFL jobs that are still wide open. So,
like I know, like the coordinator stuff and position coaches are gonna that shuffle continues for a while because guys get promoted to all that. But yeah.
We will be back on Thursday discussing sports. Hopefully, maybe baseball will be back. Probably won't. Maybe we'll set up something fun for you guys. I think you've earned it and we've earned it.
Earned a cute one.
Let's earn a fucking cute episode on Thursday. Whoa, explicit. Then next week, Super Bowl week. Guys, JOMBOY Media, again, Secret Week last week. Still can't really talk about that. Can tell you about Chris Rowe's rotation. Tyler Glasnow's back. DM'd him last night. Whoops. Talking Giants. Go follow Bobby and Pennick. They're at Senior Bowl. Talking baseball coming up. Brian Dable, Joe Shane. Everything else. Everything else on JOMBOY Media. Joe's is always up to something.